Guests in my podcast are like my coffee, strong, flavorful, and they always brighten my day. We have amazing conversations over coffee. We cover everything from growth to inspiring communities, empowering customers, and sharing exceptional leadership moments. In this season, we're hosting incredible leaders whose journeys inspired me to keep growing and learning every day. I'm Imane, and I welcome you to my podcast, Coffee with Me, Leaders of Change. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. Today, I have with me three incredible girls from UWC who are also leading the change and are the future leaders of change. So today, I'm so happy to introduce Sasha Douglas, Samara Kapoor, and Ria Basin. Welcome to the podcast. I'm so incredibly humbled and honored to have you with me today because you are the leadership team of Girls in Tech. So tell me a little bit more about that and your roles in Girls in Tech. Samira?
Hi, Mon. It's nice to be here. I'm Samira. I'm an IB student at UWC. I'm from UK and India, and I moved to Singapore in 2016. I'm really proud to be part of Girls in Tech because I think that girls are not really involved in STEM, and that's a big gap in our school itself. And I wanted to be one of the change makers that can help involve more girls into STEM and bridge the gender gap.
Awesome. And you are the chair
And
of
I
Girls
am
in
the
Tech.
chair of Girls in Tech.
That's so incredible. How about you, Sasha?
Hi, I'm Sasha, and I'm the vice chair and head of sponsorships for Girls in Tech. I'm Australian and German, and I moved to Singapore in 2012. So I've been here a while, and I've found I've always been really tech inclined and had that influence of technology all around me, and I've just grown to love it, and I'm glad that I can express it with this team.
And for you, Ria?
Hi, I'm Ria. Thank you so much for having us here. I'm the head of logistics for Girls in Tech, and I've been very fortunate to have a very diverse upbringing. I was born in London, lived there a couple of years, moved to Durban in South Africa, lived there a couple of years, moved to Mumbai, and then finally here in Singapore. And I've noticed everywhere is very different, but one thing that's been consistent throughout is the gender gap and gender inequality, no matter where in the world you are. So I really wanted to be part of the change, so I joined Girls in Tech.
I love it. And the fact that you girls are 17 and 18 is just so humbling, and having that purpose and really clear mission of what you want to do. So when it comes to Girls in Tech this year, what was the mission or the target audience and the objective of Girls in Tech when you became leaders in this movement?
So we try to target young and brilliant minds and girls that were very much just like us and who may even aspire to, be in our roles or look up to people just like we do. So we try to listen to them and give them a voice and give them power in a world where they may not find as much of that, or where they may be silenced. So that was our real mission.
So for me personally, I did She Hacks, which is the hackathon where we do, in 2019 for the first time as a participant, and it was in the Google office. And I think that was the first time I realized that technology might be the field I want to do. And so I was a leader last year of Girls in Tech as well, except this year I became the chair.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to recreate that experience for the girls because I know it's so much more powerful to have it in an environment which is tech driven than like a school environment. And so that's why I really pushed to help happen. And I'm really glad that we could partner with Microsoft to make it happen, just because I know from feedback I've gotten from the girls that they're really much more inclined to actually pursue this field now.
Ria, as a head of logistics, how did it happen for the She Hacks that we did 2 weeks ago?
I've been involved with She Hacks right from its inception. The first 5 years, from 2019 to 2023, I've been a participant. But then this year, I saw the platform. It's a great way of giving a voice to young girls and letting them know that they're not alone and there is help for them to explore a field in STEM. So this year I wanted to be on the leadership team.
Thank you so much, all of you, for connecting with us in Microsoft and really pursuing having the girls here come to the office. We were incredibly excited to have you in the office. It's just an honor to see girls coding and hacking and really pitching as well. The presentation skills were through the roof.
I agree. I was honestly really happy with the U14 mock pitches itself. I couldn't believe that the ideas were made by just girls who were under the age of 14. When I know the first time I did it in 2019 with Ria, actually, she was in my team, that we were nowhere close to what the girls were able to do in 2 days.
It's incredible. And then, which I loved so much, is that the topic was about finance. I was like, wow, it's a She Hacks, it's a Girls in Tech, and you decided that the topic was to be finance. Why is that?
So we sort of try to target our themes each year for She Hacks off the Sustainable Development Goals. So we've covered things like gender inequality and poverty and everything like that. But we decided to target finance because we sort of think that finance as well as technology is the future. And a lot of mishaps can occur in the current world and in the future as well. So we thought it was important to target and shed some light on that topic of interest. And it could be some potential key learning points for our girls later on as well.
Finance as a topic, it's not really covered in school, but we feel like it's a big part of the future, and like all your future lifestyle does require a lot of financial knowledge, which we don't learn in school. Like we learn about sustainability or health,
Yes.
but never actually touch on finance.
Yes, especially for girls who wants to pursue tech. And I'm one of them, not a girl, but been there for a long time ago. But when I wanted to pursue tech, I wasn't really interested in finance. And now later on in my career, I do feel that finance literacy is really important, even if you are not pursuing a career in finance. And hence, I went back to school to learn about finance. I was really impressed that you're taking that topic.
I also think because of COVID-19, like financial equity was really important, just because I know that people who had apps such as like PayNow or Payla in India, I think it allows even the poorest of families and people to be able to transfer money and earn money and just keep their businesses afloat. And I think it's really important for girls to know that for the world to progress, we need to create apps that create more equity in the world. And I think financial equity is something that we can build on.
And, being the leaders of Girls in Tech, and I'm really keen and curious to see what's next in your journey moving forward, your IB students. How will you change the world?
So obviously after completing IB, I would love to go to university and study data science because I think I'm very passionate about it. And I think in the future, I've always grown up being told that, being a CEO of something is out of my reach or impossible, nearly impossible to get. But I think it's a good thing to work towards, and it would be an amazing opportunity if I could keep working towards that and pursue that through my interests as well. So
That's awesome. And you will be an amazing CEO.
Thank you.
How about you, Ria?
I'm really passionate about data science as well and economics. So I'm just still figuring out my way. So one of those two. Yeah.
Sounds good.
For me personally, I think I'm also going to go to university like Fasha, and I'm thinking of computer science if I go like US, just because you get a lot more application. And I think that I want to know, and I want to be part of startups in San Francisco to see how tech will evolve. And I think it's growing really rapidly. But particularly, I also want to look at AI. I'm really interested in that and like the biases of AI. And I think it's a really big issue. And in terms of girls in tech, I think the future for this society itself would be like, we're hoping to partner with Microsoft for an international hackathon to get girls like from different countries itself to ideate and think about tech, because I was talking to a UWC alumni that's part of Hack Club organization, and she was saying how just to find like girls who are willing to participate in STEM is a big problem for them. And I was saying that, well, in Singapore, we have a community, and I would love to share the resources that you have with them. So I'm hoping to partner up with them within this year and see if that's possible.
That would be amazing, and we would love to partner with you. I mean, I was impressed during the She Hacks when, even before we complete the hackathon, you came and started asking about next year's sponsorship. And I was like, this is an entrepreneur right there, looking for sponsors. So that was really incredible. And we would love to sponsor you and sponsor Girls in Tech and really excite more girls to try get into STEM.
Yeah, I would love that.
That's awesome.
And also to add on to Mara's point about AI is definitely the future of our world. Like, it's entering many different fields. And since humans are the one who are like making AI, I think with the gender gap, it's going to be increasingly visible because all AI's answers will be biased more towards the male perspective if we don't have enough females in the space and programming AI with female perspective.
Absolutely, and it's I had a chief AI architect in this podcast a year or so ago, and he said something interesting. He said that he hires data scientists from all over the world. He hires from Latin America and Africa and Asia and the US, so that he tackles all the diversity of those data scientists in order for AI not to be biased. And I love the thought process. He said, I'm not going to hire just a team concentrated somewhere in the globe. He had a completely global team from everywhere, so that he made sure that AI is unbiased. But again, we need chief data and AI scientists to be very much aware of the biasness in order to ensure that AI is completely responsible on what they do. And the fact that you are talking about AI and embracing AI is really heartwarming. I always say that the previous generation was AI was digital immigrants, and then the generation before you was digital natives. But you are AI natives. You will bring AI to the next level. AI will be your smart assistant. When you work on data science or when you create a startup, your smarter assistant will be an AI assistant, and that will be okay with you because that's how you grow up and that's how you're embracing change.
Yeah. I also think you mentioned the diversity in the AI teams. I also think you can find that in our leadership teams as well, because we've all come from a different background in, let's say, coding. We don't have to be the best coder in order to be a girl in tech. Yes. And I think we also try to inspire and encourage younger girls below us to be leaders and really present themselves in this world of AI or technology.
I think the diversity is something that I really like about UWC and Singapore itself, just that you're not limited to an environment and your own views, because there's just so many people from different walks of life and they all have different perspectives and views. And the society is so inclusive that you can really build on your ideas and startups and etc., that you can really follow your passions if you would like to.
Yes. And I encourage the three of you to always follow your passion. That's what you need to do. Okay, parting thoughts before we complete this podcast.
I think it's really important for me personally and all of us as a team to just spread our message and spread what we believe in, because not only are we working towards a goal or towards a mission to, work with these great companies and host these great events, but we also love pursuing our passions in the field of technology and just learning as the process goes along and just having a great time within ourselves as well.
So for me personally, it would be that I want to tell the girls that they shouldn't be afraid to enter the field. For me, I was so scared to go into it just because it was so guy dominant, and I didn't think that I would find a voice. But you have to make space for yourself in this field, and you will shine. You have ideas that are just beyond what males can think because they're limited to their environments. But girls really push forward, and you can do it. You can be the change maker. That's what I would say.
You are the change maker.
I think there's just a big fear because of this stereotypical people in the field of STEM or technology. I think we just got to learn to face our fears and enter the field because it's a beautiful field. Like, we've learned so much. We aren't the best coders or anything, but we've learned a lot from the field of tech.
And technology is exciting.
Yeah.
It is.
It's fun. I mean, I sound like a geek right now, but technology is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, like when you see something you're designing, like an app or a website, and it finally comes to life. Oh, it feels like, I don't know, it's just brand new. It's like, it's so nice. There's no equivalent of that, honestly.
No, not at all. Okay, girls, I really enjoyed the conversation with you. I'm so impressed by your leadership skills and your thought process, your goals in life, and I really would love to just see you shine and succeed in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you for watching.